You guys know how Alexander Volkanovski decisively outstruck Max Holloway, who was considered one of the best strikers in the history of the sport not too long ago? Did you guys also know that Islam Makhachev's background is in grappling, primarily freestyle wrestling and judo? I already know some idiot in the comments is going to go, no, his grappling is Sambo. Sambo's fake. But anyway, with what I just laid out, you'd be shocked to find out that Islam outstruck Volkanovski pretty decisively. In their first fight, he dropped him once, wobbled him once, and landed the far cleaner shots than Volk did. The simple answer to why this happened is, well, Islam is a better striker than people thought, which is very true, but what exactly happened? Why was he able to catch Volk so cleanly when so many other really good strikers have struggled to do so? There's definitely a few reasons for this. For one, taking a look at the entries Volkanovski used to try to land punches, you can tell what their strategy was going into the fight and also what their mindset was. Obviously, as we all know, they thought Islam was going to be really lacking in the striking department, but he was going to be insanely strong in the grappling. Because of this, Volk's two main strategies for entering were simple yet typically effective. One, attacking the body to get Islam to lower his hands to land a bomb upstairs, and also switching stances in the middle of his combinations. Now, to do this, his primary strategy of entering into range was by starting with a feint, then switching stances, then either attacking to the body or the head. Now, the way Islam would combat Volkanovski attempting to enter into striking range was by backing away. At first, he just completely disengaged, looking to try and pick up reads, which worked really well until Volkanovski feinted like he was going for wrist control, feinted a lead hook, and then as he feinted the lead hook, he switched stances. Now, Islam didn't realize that Volk had switched stances because he tried to cover up as soon as he saw the feint hook coming, and Volk was able to land very cleanly. After this land, you can tell Volk was extremely confident with his striking. He began lunging in more. But this led to him getting dropped for the first time in the fight. Alex entered into range with another switch stance entry, this time attacking with a straight to the body to try to get Islam to lower his hands. But he didn't disengage this time, and he didn't try to defend. He just stayed in the pocket, and they essentially just traded. Islam landed with his forearm just behind Volk's ear, causing him to drop to a knee. He then puts the pressure on him. Volk actually lands a right hand as he's falling away, and Islam completely tanks it, throws the high kick, which Volk partially blocks. Now, specifically from this sequence, the big takeaway here is Islam is a large man compared to Volkanovski. Directly after the first fight, it got revealed that their fight day weight was Volkanovski 170, Islam 175. And everyone was saying, oh, see, the size, it's all just an excuse for Volkanovski. They're practically the same weight. That's not really true. If you watched any of Alex's vlogs leading up to the first fight, you would know he was eating 4,000 calories a day trying to bulk up, while Islam cut from around 190 pounds. Islam was a shredded 175, while Volkanovski had a lot more body fat on him than he normally does at 145. But when Volkanovski got wobbled in the following round, size had nothing to do with it. Attacking the body is a great way to set up a shot to the head. However, being the shorter opponent, you're leaving yourself open to get countered if you extend to the body. If the person you're fighting has really good timing, they can catch you very cleanly. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as Volkanovski dipped and extended that straight right to the body, Islam was ready for the counter, comes right over the top and clips him directly on the chin. And it was at that exact moment that I was like, holy mother of God. Islam is way more than just a grappler. Volkanovski attempted entries like this over and over again. Another one here, Volk actually gets Islam to bite on the switch stance feint. So Islam puts both hands up, Volk rips to the body, but Islam still counters over the top. And that's my main point here. It seems to me that the strategy Volkanovski used was based on the idea that they thought Islam was a lot less competent in the striking than he really was. Islam really matched him tip for tat in all these exchanges. The fact of the matter is, Islam has really good striking defense. It is very hard to hit him in the head. Charles Oliveira couldn't do it, and we're seeing here, Volk, while he had more success than Charles, is also struggling to land cleanly. Now, in a lot of recent interviews, Volk has been saying things along the line of, look, my cardio's good, but I don't want to test it. We're going for the knockout against Islam, which I don't know for 100% fact, but I think there's a good chance it might be mind games. Because the one area of this fight that Volk really excelled at was the leg kicks. Islam did not check any of them. Now, given the fact that Islam is a southpaw and Volk, while he does switch stances, he typically fights orthodox, it makes it harder to land those outside leg kicks. But if Volk keeps this switch stance entry but ends most of his combinations with a leg kick, I think he's going to have a much easier time landing. Because Islam's showing us here, it's not that simple to land clean punches on him. His defense is really good. And he is a sniper with his left hand. He is going to catch you if you leave yourself open. So to answer the question, I do believe Volkanovski is a better striker than Islam Makhachev, but his strategy going into this fight wasn't effective. But you can't fault them too much for it because we've never seen Islam have to face very much adversity in any of his fights, so we didn't really know what worked at that point. But now a lot more answers about Islam's skill set has been answered, and it'll be very interesting to see how Volkanovski's team adjusts in the striking department.